Welcome to Setting the Stage. I'm Brooke Savage. Mean Girls is coming to the Dr. Phillips Center tomorrow through Sunday. Then it will be at the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona Beach on Monday. Kabir Gandhi plays Kevin G in the show, and he is here to tell us all about it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you so much for having me, and we are so excited to be in Orlando.
I love it. So first off, I usually start off with where are you from and how did you get into acting?
Yeah, I'm from Duluth, Georgia. It's about like 30 minutes above Atlanta. And I got started in acting kind of organically. I did my first like fourth grade little musical, and it was pretty bad. And then I kind of just stuck with it. Yeah, I went
What
through it with it through high school, and yeah.
what was that musical?
It was The Wizard of Oz, and I was part of the Lollipop Guild. So
Oh,
really setting boundaries there, making waves.
I love that. I went to theater camp as well, and we definitely did Wizard of Oz. I'm pretty sure I was a munchkin as well.
Hey, I knew I liked you for a reason. Perfect.
So, what made you want to audition for Mean Girls?
Yeah, I mean, the show truly is a cult classic, right? It is such a Broadway fan favorite for a reason. And I mean, we all watched the movie growing up and we all grew up laughing at this incredible little story by Tina Fey. And the musical has that same kind of charm and that same beautiful sentiment as the movie. So you kind of get all the same laughs, but with awesome singing, dancing, and like that big Broadway feel, which I kind of love.
Do you ever think about, like, since you said you grew up watching the movie, do you ever think about, like, oh my gosh, if I had known then that I would be in the musical when I'm older? Like, do you ever think about that?
Absolutely. It's so full circle and so crazy. And it's just one of those movies that really is popular in culture. I remember me and my friends would like quote it at high school, and do silly things like that. So it's crazy to look back and be like, wow, I'm here on the Broadway National Tour and I'm playing Kevin G, and yeah, I get to travel the country with this beautiful thing.
I love it. What does it mean to you to play such a fun comedic character?
It is such a good time. I think like the biggest joy in musical theater is when you get to play something that you like love going to work to do. It's so fun to share this with audiences and to make people laugh. It's really fun to see like we get to stage door as well. So a lot of times fans will come up and hearing their reactions to like the silly things I'm playing on stage. It is great.
And how do you relate to Kevin G?
Yeah, well, I've never actually played another Indian character before on stage, so that's pretty special for me as a South Asian performer as well. And more than that, like I grew up being a math nerd as well. I took my AP calculus, I loved all things math growing up in high school. So I think I have that inner mathlete within myself as well.
That is great. Is there anything you do to get into character before the show?
Yeah, I will say my biggest thing is I do a good long physical and vocal warm up. I think that's just good for sustainability, making sure I can do this all the time. And this is a little thing, but I wear glasses in real life, and Kevin G has his own pair of glasses. So like every time I put on those, they're like blue and like a little nerdier looking. That feels like a little moment. It's like, oh, okay, and now we're stepping into a different person. We have our different glasses on, and we're Kevin G.
Are those real glasses or is it like you're wearing contacts with fake glasses?
Yeah. No, they are real glasses. Our beautiful costume designer said, "Hey, you want prescription glasses?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So we got my prescription put in them, and I use them to see, just like Kevin.
Wow, that is so cool. Is there any other, behind the scenes info that you think not a lot of people know about? I just love all the behind the scenes stuff.
No, and I'm sure you know this because you said you went to theater camp, but my favorite thing is we love a rowdy audience. So Orlando, when you come see this, make sure you make some noise, you react with us. But it's truly like having a fourth person on stage with us. We draw from the audience when they love it, we love it, and we go harder. And that's one of my favorite things as well, is just like interacting with all of these audiences across the country and hearing the different reactions to what we're doing.
Do you guys kind of like improv a little bit off of that? Or like do you deliver lines a different way, maybe?
So the gig is, we do try to make sure we give the same show to everyone across the country, but sometimes, depending on audience reactions, there are a few moments of the show that have like improv set out in them. Like our principal Duval will kind of change up what he's saying state to state in a fun way and interact. He gets to interact with the audience the most in that way. So there is some wiggle room there for sure.
Wow, that is so cool. What is your favorite part of the show?
Oh, my favorite part of the show is it's the end of Act One, and we call it Happy Dance behind the scenes, and it's when it's when Regina just walks out of the lunchroom and Katie like steps into her power for the first time. And then we do this huge dance and song. It's called Fearless, and we do happy dance within that. And it is just, it's a fun time. We all are just like yelling and going like woo while like dancing our little booties off for y'all. And it's great. It's really fun.
I'm excited to see that. You mentioned a little bit. What can people expect from the show? Like, how is this different from the movie and the movie musical?
Right. So from the movie, I will say all the characters are the same. It's based off of the movie and, the movie musical as well. What is different is that you have this big, charming Broadway feel to it. We are out there dancing with trays. We are singing our faces off. We are dancing for you. It's a really good, fun time. So it has all of that humor. And because it was also, adapted by Tina Fey, it is just brilliant in the same way. So if you love the movie, I would say come out and give us a shot. We will make sure that you are laughing, and not just you, but you and the entire family. Yeah.
And so after the show, tomorrow night, there will be a Q&A with the actors. You told me that you're going to be a part of that. What is some of the
Yes.
questions you get during those Q&As?
Yeah. Some of the questions we get are, how did you pretty similar to this interview, what made you start acting? Is there anything that's happened on stage that's a little silly? Things like that. And a lot of the times they're really sweet. It's really a lot of young actors who maybe want to start doing what we're doing. And that's really inspirational to think about how we were there at one point.
Exactly. Some people might be looking up to you and think, wow, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really sweet. Like I feel like I didn't grow up on stage seeing a lot of, Indian American actors on stage. So me being able to do that across the country it's pretty special.
Yeah. I think you mentioned how you sometimes meet up with people like after the show and stuff. What is some of the feedback you get?
Honestly, it is so heartwarming. We get to see people, it's called stage dooring. So if there's a stage door at the venue, people will come out and, try to get their playbill signed or get their merch signed. And it is really heartwarming. It's one of my favorite parts because you just get to see the impact, get to see how people have laughed and what they love. And it's really sweet seeing people. A lot of people will dress in all pink or like make their own shirts with like references to the show. And a lot of the times we do get feedback that they just, laughed their butts off, like they had a good time. And that's all we really want for y'all. We really want y'all to have a good time and enjoy it with us.
That is awesome. I'm definitely planning to wear pink. I was basically told to do so. So,
Absolutely. We love to see it. We love to see it.
what is the main message you hope people take from the show?
The main message is I think there is power in being yourself. I think our main character, Katie, discovers this. But she tries this whole time in high school. She's in a new place. She tries to like acclimatize and fit into the mold. And at the end, she realizes that she was perfect the way she was. And there was beauty and there was power within that. And I think that's something really important for young people to hear, especially now, is that you are enough and you can be loved the way you are and you're special.
Absolutely. Do you feel like, in a way, you relate to that message with high school being such a challenging time?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who didn't try to fit in during high school, right? You try to be like one of the popular kids or you try to fit into the mold and then, it doesn't go the way you think. And I definitely could have heard that in high school. And I'm sure everyone, high school or college or middle school, we experienced kind of similar things, which is why I think the musical works so well. We all can relate to, Katie's journey at certain points.
That is so true. Is there anything else you want to bring up about the show?
I will say I have never performed with such a talented cast in my life. I think the people I have the honor of sharing the stage with are truly fantastic. So if you are on the fence, I would say just bite the bullet and come see us. You will not be disappointed.
It definitely seems worth it, like a show you don't want to miss.
Absolutely. And it's a Broadway fan favorite for a reason. We brought these incredible sets and this amazing choreography and direction from New York just to you guys around the country to make y'all smile.
I am definitely excited to see all of that. Again, Mean Girls, the musical, will be at the Dr. Phillips Center tomorrow through Sunday. Then on Monday, it'll be at the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona Beach. Kabir, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me. And I hope to see you there. And remember, you can always sit with us.
I love it. Great one.